What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Triple Threat Talk. I'm your host, Connor Ryan.
Jonah Newberger, and welcome back to another week. Connor, week 1, NFL.
We finally made it, Jonah.
We are here.
We finally made it. Sorry about this. Just wanted to. Okay, perfect. Yeah, finally here. Finally at the cusp of the best time of year. I'd say best season of year for sports.
Mm-hmm.
I know, obviously, you're not as much of a college football fan, but in terms of other things like NFL coming back, we're a month away from the NBA being back. Premier League is back. Like
Premier League's actually not back. We're at international break, but I get what you're saying.
We're getting into that point.
Yeah, where every sport is happening. We're in prime baseball season.
Exactly. 2 weeks from now, we're going to be talking about, we're going to be on the cusp of the MLB playoffs. We're into the thick of it with college football, into the thick of it with the NFL. NBA is right around the corner. Yeah. NHL is I mean, we're right there.
We are.
And I think thankfully we've so far this year, this episode is coming out most likely today, Saturday, the 6th. Mm-hmm. We just witnessed two very awesome and interesting games in their own manners of differences with the Eagles and the Cowboys and the Chargers and the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I mean, that will be the primary talk of today. We'll talk about the upcoming games for tomorrow. We'll talk a little bit about the Kawhi stuff that's going on and and that whole thing. But I mean, I think we might as well just get into quite literally the hottest start I think we've ever had to a season. Jalen Carter, why are you spitting on Dak Prescott? Sure.
Well, did you see Dak started it?
I don't care. Dak spat down.
Yeah.
Not on to somebody.
But, he totally just tried to rage bait him, and it completely worked.
Oh, yeah.
It was hilarious, but yeah.
Yeah, he had the cocky grin. He knew exactly what he was doing with, come over here. Let's see what's going. No. He got. And everything like that. And Jalen Carter gets thrown out on the first play of the game. And
before
the first play. I mean, literally kicks off the entire season.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles don't come out to witness the banner being hung or revealed because they were we're focused on this year. And it's I don't care if you're focused on this year or not. I'd still watch that.
Yeah, for sure.
That's something that is truly once in a lifetime. And you don't know if you're going to ever get back to that point again.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the first, not even first play from scrimmage, literally on kickoff,
their fullback
tears his ACL.
Yeah.
And the next, and then right after that, while two teams are getting ready, unsportsmanlike conduct, and you get thrown out of the game for spitting on a guy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And it was noticeable right away. I mean, we all thought the primary source of offense and I think it still will be, for the Cowboys this year will be the air attack. But they started off with going on the ground. Javonte Williams.
He looked good.
2 touchdowns, I think 50-something yards. I have the stats pulled up right here. Let me just.
Yeah, I was very surprised and underestimated how the Cowboys were going to be this season. I didn't think they'd be very good. They looked, and again, I don't know, didn't the Eagles lose Darius Slay on the defensive end? They don't have Jalen Carter for that game. So it's okay, the defense was a little bit different, but I mean, Dak looked pretty decent. I mean, Javonte Williams, 15 carries, he had 2 touchdowns, CeeDee Lamb,
54 yards.
Yeah. They looked competitive. I know they lost, but they looked competitive.
The biggest takeaways that I got from this game are the Cowboys are not nearly in bad of a position as they thought they were.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of their issues were going to be, or I thought a lot of their scheme this year was just end up going to be, hey, we need to score every drive, and we just need to hope we get a stop every once in a while.
Yeah.
And if we don't score on the drive, we're done for. Which wasn't the case, thankfully. They caused some.
Until the weather delay, wasn't there 8 straight possessions with a score?
Yeah,
the game was delayed for an hour and a half, and then after that, there was 3 points scored the rest of the game, which was kind of crazy.
Yeah,
that weather delay completely changed the game.
That was wild. I think the takeaways with this one is Dak did look really good. In terms of, not even just in terms of obviously the stats won't really show that it show the game that he did, but in reality, I thought it was really impressive. Some of the scramble moments that he had and like just getting out of the pocket, being able to break some tackles. Like,
Yeah.
I think there was one where he avoided like a double sack possibility and then shifted out left. I think completed a pass and everything like that. So that was great to see. Dallas defense still questionable, but there's time for that one, I think, to adjust to get to the point that they really want to be at with that. Run game looked good. CeeDee Lamb dropping all those catches, though, really did hurt them in the end, though.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that was.
And I think that's the unfortunate difference maker in this game. If CeeDee Lamb has a couple of those catches that he doesn't drop, the one that directly hit him off the face of the head and then
the one on the fourth
that just hit him
down.
right on.
Yeah,
the one that just hit him right in the hands. I know people were questioning about the one on the fourth down with the extended.
It was a little
bit
but
far.
Like, it did hit his hands.
No, and that's the exact. Yeah, exactly. It's like when you are the caliber of receiver that you're supposed to be, aka a CeeDee Lamb type level player, you're supposed to be making those catches. Unfortunately, other than that, it felt very get CeeDee Lamb the ball and just try and let him do it. Pickens had some moments, but obviously only 3 for 30, and other than that, not a ton.
You know who didn't have some moments that game was my second round draft pick in fantasy football, AJ Brown. That was a mistake. Shouldn't have drafted him.
I don't think it was a mistake. I think it's just the unfortunate issue. Like any other team, Brown would here's the take. I think in reality, any other situation, like talent wise, AJ Brown is a clear like top 3, top 4 wide receiver in the NFL. I think.
Yeah.
Situationally, I think it brings him down to being like a 6 or a 7 type caliber wide receiver.
Yeah, he got me 1.8 points in fantasy.
Yeah. And it's like and credit to Jalen Hurts. It wasn't like, oh, he didn't see the read and then
they were running the ball a lot.
They were running the ball a lot.
And every time he threw, it seemed like it was Devontae Smith. Goddard had had a few catches.
It was like all Goddard.
But even the passes, like he was still just dumping it down to Saquon.
Saquon had 4 receptions.
Saquon and Hurt, and I mean, how many rushing yards did Hurts have? I feel like he was out of
62.
the pocket. Yeah, he was out of the pocket a lot.
Just for reference, the Eagles had 38 carries on the ground. Damn. They only had 23 attempts in the air, where it was very much the other way for the Cowboys, 34 in the air and 22 on the ground. But in reality, like similar yardage in terms of team totals.
Yeah, it was a pretty even game.
Yeah, like, which I think brings me to kind of this point in the aspect of like I know people were obviously concerned about the Cowboys and the spot that they're in, which is fair and everything like that. I knew that it was obviously going to be closer than people thought it would be just because it's a divisional game.
Yeah.
But I think we are really at a spot with this was the clearest turning point that the Eagles are not going to be, they're not the same team that they were last year. No shot.
Yeah.
And it was.
I think they're still good. And again, it's just week 1. They could still, get the ball rolling down the line. But I agree. They didn't look. I mean, who knows what would have happened if that weather delay didn't happen? It looked kind of like Philly was about to like just start to run away with it a little bit. And then that whole weather delay, in my opinion, completely changed the game. There's 3 points scored after that. I feel like that, like they were even saying, like the effect that has on the players too, to just stop mid-game for an hour.
Well,
it's like all warmed back up and have to go and play another basically half a football game.
Yeah, it'd be different if it was like one, it was so long that they were like referring it to a second halftime, basically.
Yeah.
2, it'd be completely different if this was the start of the game and it was just pushed back an hour. This was but
it was like mid third quarter.
Yeah, it was ramp up, get to your max point, chill out now for an hour. We don't know exactly when we're going back out there, and then you got to be ready to go back out there.
Yeah.
I just and it is early, obviously, and no Jalen Carter in this game, so it doesn't really get to see the full effect, but it's like you can see the difference of no Darius Slay already. You can see the difference of no Milton Williams, which, by the way, did you see what Milton Williams was tweeting like during halftime? Or like he basically tweeted like, what happened? And then he like about 5 minutes later tweeted again and was like, oh, I just saw that. And obviously that was in regards to the Jalen Carter stuff, former teammates together for the Super Bowl winning champion last year. But now Milton Williams gets to be a part of the best franchise in the NFL, New England Patriots. So, but yeah, no, it's just like I think in terms of the play style, like because what was it? Did AJ Brown sign an extension this offseason?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah, signed a 3-year extension, $96 million. So he's going to be there till 2029.
Yeah, I wonder how many
Like,
catchers he'll get in the next 3 years. At this rate, it'll be
yeah.
50.
Like, I understand, obviously, like, this was a difference. Like, I guess this is a little bit of an outlier situation because you look at the Cowboys and it's like, as much as their defense is very weak, if they have a strength, it'd be the fact that they have two very solid corners in Trayvon Diggs and Deron Bland. But I still don't think that doesn't give Jalen Hurts this like leash of like, oh yeah, you did great for only targeting like a top 5 wide receiver one time.
Yeah.
One time, one target, 8 yards. One reception.
And it was in like the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Devontae Smith, 3 receptions, 16 yards, 3 targets. It's like,
who the hell led them in passing yards?
Receiving yards wise, Jahan Dotson, 3 receptions, 59 yards, and it was because he had that 51-yard one. And then receptions wise, Dallas Goedert had 7 for 44.
Damn.
All their offense came from rushing touchdowns. So
yeah, Hurts had 2, right? Hurts had 2.
Barkley had
Saquon
1.
had 1.
Yeah.
I feel like they just were running the ball.
Yeah. But, and thankfully, we didn't get a repeat of just a running fest in last night's game. Like, long story short,
dude,
Cowboys are going to be okay. They're like okay. I mean, they'll just be an average team this year, and they don't have to worry about getting a top 10 pick because they're not that bad, but they're also not that good. And the Eagles are going to be still probably a top 2 team in the NFC East. They're going to be a contender in the NFC. I just don't think they have the willpower or the manpower that they did last year, especially on the defensive side of the ball, to really keep them in that position.
Yeah.
Jonah, final thoughts.
I agree with everything you said. So, but can we talk about last night's game? I know we're only the second game into the season, but that was an amazing game.
That was an awesome game. That was everything I wish a game to be in a game.
Yeah. Mahomes started out a bit slow in the first half.
Yep.
After halftime, he turned it on. He became
Patrick Mahomes that we all know it.
Yeah.
And seen for the last 5 years.
And that second half was really good. Herbert, I think you said this a couple weeks ago, top 5 quarterback in the NFL. He looks like it for sure.
When I say that, it's like, obviously, if people have a different ranking, people have a different ranking. I will never argue against that. It's opinion to opinion. There is like, if I have a short ball, medium ball, long ball, when I see Justin Herbert throw that ball, there's like nobody that I feel, there's very few people in the NFL that I feel as confident with that ball getting to the target in the right place at the right time. It just felt like, and he showed it last night, it felt like the throws were on time. It felt like they were in the spot that he wanted them. This is by far the best offensive group the Chargers have had in their
offenses look so good. And again, I know it's only week 1, but
exactly. But
everyone was contributing.
Ladd McConkey,
Quentin Johnson had the game of his life.
Quentin Johnson with his best game of his NFL career by far. Ladd McConkey was the worst of the 3 wide receivers that we are going to be focusing on. And he still went 6 of 74. And then you would bring Keenan Allen back after
the touchdown.
What, a year or 2 stint in Chicago?
Just a year in Chicago, yeah.
7 receptions, 68 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah. And then the running game.
Like Omarion Hampton looked good. And like, I know like it will obviously come a little bit better, and you wish you had a Rashawn Slater in this case. Like that'd be a top 5 O line in the NFL, like consistently if Rashawn Slater's this year. And then, but and I feel like it's a lot easier to see the possibility of a comeback happening in the NFL than it is in other sports, because it's like if you get to a long third down, you're like, oh, they just need to stop here, everything like that. And then it was just like the Chargers just didn't allow it to get to that point.
Yeah, it got close when
for sure. After the
Kelsey touchdown.
The drop. Yeah, or after the Kelsey touchdown, and then it got scary when they were like in the inside 10. And then Kelsey just like kind of took a foot off the gas for like half a second and let the ball drop.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Kelsey's touchdown in the fourth quarter, I think.
Yeah. It was like fourth or end of the third. It was one of the two.
He very beginning 37 yards, touchdown, and then they went for 2 and didn't get it.
Yeah.
So then it was 20-18 LA, and then Chargers went right back down and had another Quentin Johnson touchdown.
Yep.
That
That
was
was the
great.
one on the left side, yeah.
Yeah. This was a great game.
Yeah.
Mahomes had the rushing touchdown. I feel like Mahomes did whatever he needed to do to try and win that game, whether it was throwing it, whether it was handing it off, whether it was rushing it himself. He looked great. The weird part, or not weird, but right, what was it? I think it was like the third play of the game. Travis Kelce takes out Xavier Worthy out for the game. It looked like he dislocated his shoulder. I don't know if anything came out today about it. I didn't really look into it, but
it looked like it popped out. I think
yeah,
it did.
Yeah, the way he was holding it.
Yeah, in terms of like lengthier
that was a
timetables,
pretty big game changer though.
Yeah, in terms of lengthier timetables, we haven't really gotten more information on that.
Yeah.
I think last night was like the first time in a while where we saw Patrick Mahomes as the Chiefs offense and nothing else was there. And it was like, I'm doing whatever I can to will this team to get this. And sure, like obviously Hollywood Brown, Tyquan Thornton, and Juju Smith-Schuster aren't like garbage men in terms of wide receivers, but they're also not Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice, and prime Travis Kelce or prime Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
So in terms of that aspect, you look at it and you're kind of almost going to question, like, is this team really there? And they are, but it's also just like we're in week 1 out of 17
do you think this
possible
also
games,
then shows how much other teams are kind of getting to that level, like how good the Chargers are now? Like, is it that other teams are now, better than the Chiefs or is it like the Chiefs falling off a little bit? Again, week 1, we'll have to wait and see, but.
And I think it's both. I think it's the Chiefs regressing a little bit. I think it's them losing some players, but obviously bringing in some players. Like they lost I think Orlando Brown was their star left tackle for so many years, and now he's with Chicago now. And now they brought in a new guy, and he got a couple of flags last night.
Yeah, I feel like again, week 1, there were so many flags on the offensive line for both teams in both games. I felt like there was false starts, there was holdings, there was so many flags. But again, week 1, they'll clean that up. But
yeah,
it was a great game.
Defense for Kansas City was solid. Defense for San Diego was also very good. Shout out Dante Jackson for a really good night at corner overall. Other than that, I know people were kind of talking about the hit stuff in terms of when Mahomes got hit at one point, and then also there was one point where Mahomes hit another guy when I think
thought he was going out of bounds.
Yeah, everyone thought he was going out. Long story short, in regards to that, it's like, who cares? Both of them were legal. They were both in the field of play. It'd be different if it was 3 seconds afterwards out of bounds, but it wasn't.
Yeah, because like Mahomes looked like he was going out of bounds and then didn't, and then lowered his shoulder. I don't know. It's kind of a stupid move by Mahomes' part, but whatever.
Yeah,
he's just trying to get the flag, in my opinion. But
exactly.
Again, he was in bounds. It was legal, so whatever.
Yeah.
Well, the whole reason this game really did change, now I think about it, is on the touchdown that they scored, Butker missed the extra point. So then the next touchdown they scored, they had to go for 2 and didn't get it. So that was, honestly, that extra point was a big game changer.
But I also feel like you didn't have to go for 2 at that point. The reason...
No, but they were down 2.
No, I know.
I get it.
But
they wanted to tie it.
If you come within 1, it's like, all right, now we just need to stop. You don't have to
for
be
sure. Yes. But obviously, if all was good, you kick the extra point to tie it, but that wasn't the case. But also the fact that they got that field goal off before halftime in 12 seconds was nuts. It was a 59-yarder too.
Yeah, no, that was crazy. The fact that they were able to do that with,
and it didn't look like the Chiefs' line was really like blocking, and the Chargers didn't really look like they were rushing. Like, get a guy on the edge, you could have impacted, maybe blocked it.
Yeah,
to watch the replay, those guys in the end were just standing still.
It just looked like I think they were in a spot. They were like, "There's no way Butker is able to line this up and get it off within 3 seconds." Yeah, and they were like, "All right, well, I guess,
rush.
It's like we'll try and get him scared, and if there's an opening, we'll go." But I mean, hey, that's what kickers are supposed to do, not miss PATs, though. So
yeah,
did some digging last night because I was trying to think about when the last time the Chiefs were 0-1 at one point, or just under 500. The unfortunate answer is it's not as long as people think. The last time was 2013 or 2023 opener when they lost the Lions. No.
Oh, but I did
do some digging. Andy Reid is 10-2 in openers since he became the head coach of the Chiefs. So if you were to take out last night's game...
He's been there for 12 years?
Yeah. If you were to take out last night's game and the game from 3 years ago, he would be perfect as the Chiefs head coach in opening games.
Interesting.
So shout out Andy Reid. Before we continue into any more football, there was a developing story that occurred this week in regards to an NBA player and a certain organization by the name of Los Angeles Clippers, and some financial stuff going on. If anybody listening didn't see what happened, Pablo Torre did some investigative research into the Clippers banking or financial side of things, but it was brought to his attention that there was a LLC by the name of KL2 Aspirations. If you don't know what KL2 is infamous for, it is the initials of one Kawhi Leonard as well as his number 2. Now, why was this brought up? Long story short, Pablo Torre found that there was about $28 million worth of money that was being funded into this organization, and was basically, long story short, being funded to Kawhi Leonard. Why is this an issue? Because Kawhi Leonard didn't have to do anything for it. It was just given to him. It was basically, hey, sign this contract. You're going to be a part of this LLC, and it's great. Here's $7 million over the next 4 years. You don't have to do anything. The other benefit of it, it's a write-offable tax expense. It's a business expense. You get to say, you basically get $7 million of tax-free money, or I don't know exactly how much, but you get.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into that side of things because I don't know them. Long story short, it's a lot of money. And then I think it was revealed the other day from a journalist in the Boston Globe, John Careless. I don't want to, there might be, hold on. I don't want to provide info and then botch it, of course, because that would just be rude. Just one. But it was reported by a gentleman in the Boston Globe that it is possibly upwards of $48 million.
Oh my God.
So that's not great. It's not really something that you want to see in the NBA. And I think what it's just going to be doing is opening up the future and seeing if there is anybody else doing this stuff. I know that Pablo Torre went on an interview with Dan Patrick literally about an hour or two after it was completed, or after this report was sent out. And basically he said that we're going to be looking into Jalen Brunson next.
Yeah, I did see that.
Because, and I get it, there's the team aspect of things where it's like, hey, I'm making a fat pay cut of $100+ million, but you also have to say, why are you taking a pay cut of $100 million? Now,
because the money's being funneled in somewhere else.
Exactly.
My question is, I think this happened one other time, sometime in sports history. I can't recall exactly when, but the team that it happened to ended up losing like 5 first-round picks. But my question is, does Kawhi's contract, do you think it will get voided now? Does he become a free agent? Does he have to give all this money back? What's going to happen?
I don't know.
It's kind of interesting to like think about. I'm like, okay, does he become a free agent, like, and then sign wherever for X amount of money? Is he just going to have to give it back? Are the Clippers just going to be fined, X amount of dollars? Are they going to lose draft picks? I'm very curious to see what comes out of all of this.
So I'm not exactly sure, obviously. In regards to the situation you brought up, that was the Joe Smith situation. That was with the Timberwolves in the mid 2000s or something. Their punishment was, I think, they lost 5 first-round picks over the next 5 years. The issue with that in regards to the Clippers, they can't really do the
draft pick.
Yeah, because all of their picks are with the Thunder right now.
Yeah. So it's just going to go to when they have it?
They can't do anything to Kawhi because, I mean,
you don't think they'd void his contract?
No. They're gonna make him pay the contract, but I think there's gonna be more so financial situations on the Clippers.
Yeah, some of the Clippers might get fined a pretty hefty sum. I
wouldn't be shocked if it's you're fined and then you're also having limitations for the next 3 years of free agency. You can't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be. I don't think this is what would happen. But what if what happens is they just say, hey, you are now a second apron team for the next 3 years. You are you have to be treated.
That could be interesting.
Instead of saying hey, here you get a $200 million slap on the wrist because Steve Ballmer has a net worth of $120 billion.
Yeah, that's
so $200 million to him is me losing $1,000. I'm wait, what?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
So I don't think it would be that, because then you could just say, here's $200 million. Okay, I'm going to do it again. Or no, obviously not do it again, but like, okay, I can do
Yeah.
now I can just continue on with my life. Whereas this shouldn't be something like a 4-year contract of having to do nothing to basically buy the cap space system is pretty egregious, because
Mm-hmm.
28 million, or if you were to hold on, I mean,
I think the original report was $28 million.
no, that's what the original report was. So we'll just like stick with that in terms of the hypothetical that I'm about to create. So for reference, Kawhi Leonard, let me see here. Kawhi Leonard's previous contract when he signed, he was on a 3-year contract with the Clippers from 2019 to 2021.
Mm-hmm.
In that time, it was a 3-year, $103 million deal. And then in 2021 to 2024, he signed for that time period, he signed a 4-year, 176, and now he's on a 3-year, 150 through next season. So
Yeah.
27, 28, he's an unrestricted free agent. Probably won't make a ton of money, but doesn't really matter. I think the time period of it was like from the 2021 contract. I think that's
because
when
when he
it.
left Toronto.
Yeah, or no, that was like his first re-sign with the Clippers, because he got the 3-year contract from after Toronto. Like he went to Toronto at the end of his rookie max deal, or his extension after his rookie deal from 2015 to 2019.
Mm.
And then the issue was the year after, or because then he signed the extension after leaving Toronto, or after being traded from Toronto.
Yeah.
But long story short, if you were to take say the KL2 Aspire thing happened in 2021, instead of being a $44 million a year guy, he'd be a $51 million a year guy.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to add $28 million to a 4-year deal at that time, you're talking about a 4-year, $204 million contract.
Yeah, that
That
was
is
kind of unheard
$51
of.
million a year.
That was unheard of like 4 years ago.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like NBA max contracts in
21.
20. Okay. In 2021, max contracts for rising NBA stars, you could sign like a 5-year, $200 million deal if you were like the young star one, the like true max deal. In
Mm-hmm.
terms of the all pro historic deal that year, Steph Curry signed a 4-year, $215 million deal with the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah. He
So
was
for
number one,
reference,
like
Kawhi Leonard,
45 a
if
year.
it would have been basically $10 million less than that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yeah, it's just like, one, wrong. Two, I don't know what the repercussions are going to be, but it should be something pretty big, because we're talking about a $28 million difference for a play. Like, the difference between somebody making the difference in $7 million a year for a player in terms of caliber is the difference between, like, I'm just trying to like think, like, a player who is worth like $29 million a year compared to a player who's worth like $22 million a year is like a fringe all-star compared to somebody who's like a consistent bench player.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference. And I think the difference of even at this time was even greater. Like a $29 million a year player then would have been like a low caliber all-star, and then somebody who was worth 22 million then would have probably been a little bit greater of a bench player, but still not like.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a dumb situation. Shouldn't have happened. Is it probably happening elsewhere more? Probably, but it's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah.
It's not good.
It'll be interesting to see what happens in the end.
And I think what the other issue this might cause is they're going to then go into like the corporate side of things and go into like, all right, every player that has a business or is associated with a business, do they actually have it legitimized? Is Jason
Mm-hmm.
Tatum using small wins as a tax write-off? Probably, but he's also creating sugarless candy and gummies for kids and wants to make that sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, might be a way to get like some tax benefits going for you. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to deny that. But like that's what every financially successful person does, is have some sort of ability to have a tax write-off that's pretty easily and accessible. And I guess for Kawhi Leonard, it was trees. Basketball is back in a month, and I'm pretty excited. Anyway, now to the real thing. Jonah, I went ahead and picked every game for tomorrow and Monday.
Okay.
And I'm going to go through it. And we'll talk about each game pretty briefly because there are 14 of them over the next 2 days.
Well, we can skip. We can take.
We will not. We will not be skipping games.
No, I'm not saying skip, but we can go briefly over Jets, Pittsburgh, snooze.
Duh. I'm not trying to talk about Panthers, Jags for 30 minutes.
Okay, that's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game. Trust me.
You chose a game with more storyline than that game.
No, dude. Well, yeah, if you look at that, but come on. Jags, Panthers might be a pretty good game.
If you're saying Jags, Panthers is going to be a good game, then Steelers, Jets is going to be the goddamn Super Bowl.
No, I'll bet you $10 right now the Jags, Panthers will be a better game than Jets, Pittsburgh.
Question: what do you determine as a better game? Like a more competitive game?
Dude, the Jets are so bad. Yeah, this game is gonna be it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be back and forth.
Okay, so whichever of the two games have a lower difference of score, the winner. So okay.
Well, you can already tell it's the Jets Pittsburgh. That's the lowest line of the week.
No,
37.5.
I'm talking. No. I'm not talking total. I'm talking difference. I'm talking closeness of games. So if the Panthers win by 3. Or the Jags win by 3, you would get the money if the Jets win by 7 or the Steelers win by 7. It doesn't matter who wins. We are just determining on which one is a closer game. Is that what we want the bet to be? Because saying one game.
Well,
is
I guess you
better.
Can just determine it how you watch the game, what you think is good. I don't know. I just think that will be a better game.
That's fair.
I think the Panthers will actually be pretty decent this year.
I do too. I mean, hey, I put them. Let's not forget.
I like that pick.
Second. I have them second in the NFC South.
This is a hot take. I think they could win it.
I
was doing some more research this week.
I don't think that's a ridiculous thing to say.
I think the Panthers could win the division. I think Seattle's a sneaky team this year.
By the way, Chargers.
What's your first game? Is it Falcons versus Bucks?
That's
the first game I have.
First game that I have. I mean, we can. I just I just went off the real app and I have Patriots pinned for the NFL section, so I have them first. But we can go Falcons Bucks first. I don't really care.
Okay. Bucks are favored 1.5. What did you have?
I have the Bucks.
Okay.
I think with Michael Penix, I think we're gonna get that a little bit of a sophomore slump, but also teams now have a full offseason to look at him and go, all right, we now understand some certain things. Bijan Robinson, I think, will probably have a ridiculously good year. It's just a question of will that defense stand up? I don't think it will.
Yeah.
And I think the Bucks just have too much firepower.
Yeah.
And also
I would agree.
Overall better team.
No Godwin though. I feel like that might be a blow, but their new rookie
Egbuka, yeah.
He's gonna be a stud this year. I like that pick. I like Tampa.
I think that's why they went with him, obviously because of the Godwin injury, but I think they know that I don't think they want to pay Godwin.
No, I bet he'll be gone after.
Especially because of the injury stuff.
Yeah,
it's definitely going to take his price a little bit
for sure.
Coming to New England.
Next game I have is Cincy versus Cleveland.
Cincinnati, by the way, it's gonna be the.
Yeah, they're 5.5 point favored. I like the Bengals. I think they're going to come out pretty hot this year because they know. I feel like if Cincy doesn't either win it all this year, or
at least put themselves in a contender spot.
Yeah, they're gonna have to blow up the team.
I'm done with sure. There's obviously a couple players that you're gonna look at that team and say, how do you the 3 keepers obviously of that team are Burrow and Higgins and Chase, which you have lost.
See, I wouldn't be surprised if they trade Higgins and Hendrickson. I know they just paid him, but at some point you gotta make changes, and I wouldn't be surprised if
T. Higgins signed a 4-year, $115.
I know, but I wouldn't be surprised if they traded him.
Here's what I would say to that. I wouldn't personally, I wouldn't trade away a quarterback, or I wouldn't trade away a wide receiver that has 4 years of security on a sub $30 million a year deal.
They have so much money tied up, and they haven't upgraded their offensive line.
But
I
get
that. No, I know. I'm saying the cap in NFL is way more strict than any other sport.
For sure.
So if you're not winning, you got to change something. And That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't do well this year if Higgins and Hendrickson are gone next year. I bet one of them will be gone next
It
year.
will be Hendrickson because like he's not getting paid.
Well, they did just pay him.
Yeah, 1-year deal.
Yeah, so he's gone.
No, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
but you don't sign
again,
a 4-year
I wouldn't be
deal.
surprised. But I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know. We'll see. You never know.
Here's what I would say: if they do plan on trading T. Higgins, it wouldn't be for another 2 or 3 years.
We'll see. I don't know. They need to upgrade their offensive lines because they haven't been doing that.
It's that and the defense are the 2 issues that really should be.
They just have all this money tied up in 2 receivers and a quarterback.
No, I know, and that's not good. I'm aware. I'm aware of that. But like, but one thing I will say is those are out of the 3. Those are 3 pretty good guys to have locked up at those positions. I know, like T. Higgins obviously isn't.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
No, I know you. I know you're not. But I'm more so saying, like, if a team were to be in that spot, they're in a good spot to have that issue.
Yeah.
The defense, though, I think is just so bad and abysmal that it's like it's kind of keeping them from that next tier echelon of being that good team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we can't have that. We can't have like unreal Burrow, unreal Bengals year, and then the next year it's like they fall off a cliff, and then it goes back to being like an unreal team. I think the biggest concern with them is their defense and the O-line.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be shocked if Joe Burrow has like a MVP caliber season.
We had it last year and they gave it to Allen.
Well, I know, but like I think more so like, and I think with that just has to come the wins. Like
that's what they got. That's why I feel like they got to get to a hot start because they've started slow the last 2 years and it's not been good. But I agree. I think since he takes this game,
and then Cleveland just has
with a Cleveland headline. How long do you think it is before Dylan Gabriel or Shador get a start?
If they start 0-4, then
I think it's like Flacco, you're done. We're gonna okay. I can see that.
But I also wouldn't be shocked if it's like Flacco gets hurt and then it's like week 3 and now it's like a mini QB battle.
Yeah.
So
next game I have is Indy versus Miami.
Miami.
Really?
Both of these teams suck.
I think Indy takes this game.
I can't trust
Taylor's gonna.
I can't trust Daniel Jones as a quarterback.
Yeah.
And I can't really trust the other guy either. I can't really trust Tua, but it's like I think I just have more trust in the Dolphins than I do.
So I think there was a stat. Jonathan Taylor is averaging like 100 plus rushing yards against the Dolphins over the last like couple seasons.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I don't think the Dolphins defense is that good. I think Jonathan Taylor's going to have a game. I wouldn't be surprised if Indy takes this by like a field goal.
Here's the thing.
But I think Indy's going to win the game.
I wouldn't be shocked if Indy wins this game by 10 or they win this game by 3. I wouldn't be shocked if the Dolphins win by 3 or they win this game by 30. I just can't really tell with either of these teams because both of them seem really bad on paper, except for like a couple like superstars in each of like a respective position that isn't a quarterback position.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where I know it's very cliche to look at this and say it's so quarterback driven, but it is.
Yeah.
I know I rattled off a lot of things with the Chiefs that I don't really have a lot of like positivities for. Like their defense wasn't that great. Like Spags didn't really like scheme up the best plays consistently. They got to the quarterback well, but like other than that, wasn't like a top tier defense, but on paper or like didn't look like it. But it's like I'm gonna pick the Chiefs 90% of the time because they have the best quarterback in the NFL. I'm going to pick the Ravens 90% of the time, not only because they have a legitimately incredible team, but because of Lamar Jackson. I'm going to pick the Bills because of the same reason. Yeah. And I think I'm in the same spot with the Bengals where I'm like, I can just see Joe Burrow taking this team like
they're going to win their games 38-35.
Exactly. I can't see either of that for the Colts or the Dolphins.
Yeah.
And so I'm just going to go with the team that I feel like has a little bit better of a situation, I guess. Like the Dolphins are a team like as much as they could easily suck and just put up 10 points, they could easily also put up 40.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't bat an eye at.
Yeah. Well, we shall see.
Yeah, exactly. But like nobody cares about that game, unfortunately.
Yeah, we have spent way too much time on that game. Next game I have is the good old New England Boys versus the Vegas Raiders.
So a couple of things here with this one. Christian Gonzalez is out, which sucks.
Yeah. Will Campbell's questionable.
Will Campbell's questionable, which also doesn't look great. But in reality, I'm so excited. So excited. Drake Mays, I'm really excited to see how he looks, especially in a full speed where it's like you can get a rhythm, you can get it going and everything like that. Travion Henderson, I think, is going to be really good. I have the Pats winning, and I know that's going to seem very homer pick, which it is, but
I think they will as well. The Raiders don't have anything, in my opinion, really going for them.
And
Genty, I need to see more. He didn't look great in preseason. Geno,
I think a lot of it is the line for the Raiders, which isn't great, but still, like, why would you then draft a running back at 8 or 7?
Yeah.
If you know your line is bad, like why would anyway? It's not my questions to ask. But long story short, I think the three things that I'm excited to see tomorrow is Carlton Davis and how he, especially with the Jacoby Myers matchup there, how is Vrabel going to put his stamp on this game? Are we just going to see the Vrabel approach from the get go? Like, what is going to be the difference maker between, and obviously, like, you can look at this team and like there was plenty of players that were brought in: Carlton Davis, Milton Williams, Bobby Spillane, like Harold Landry. There are so many players that were brought in, but then you also look and you're like, Jabril Peppers was just let go. You lose some players here and there. David Andrews is gone, and like this O line isn't as perfect as we want it to be, or isn't as top tier as it could be. But it's how is that tone going to be set? How is that new dynamic of being the New England Patriots going to showcase itself tomorrow? And then I think the third thing is it's just like the weather impact. I think it's supposed to rain in the Boston area tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So ESPN said that expect a lot of points in this one. I wouldn't be shocked with that just because of how weak I feel like both of these defense can be. And I know the Patriots have a more talented defense, but other than Max Crosby. But Patriots are winning this one. Long story short.
Yeah, I agree. Next game we could spend a solid 10 seconds on: Cardinals versus Saints. Cardinals.
Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to have a better year than he did last year. Not a hot take, but and Trey McBride will have double-digit touchdowns this year. That's a hot take.
That is a hot take. I think the Saints will be the worst team in the NFL.
Probably. But they might get Arch Manning.
That would be wild.
Cooper Manning was drafted by the Saints as well. His dad. Or no. Archie Manning, his grandfather, was drafted by the Saints. Yeah. So that'd be poetic.
Yeah. Pittsburgh, New York Jets. Rodgers return.
What about Panthers? Oh, is Panthers Jags next for you?
No, I got Giants after that.
Okay, and then Panthers. Okay, all right, I just want to make sure that we are getting that at some point.
Pittsburgh Jets at
New York.
New York. Rodgers return to MetLife.
I have the Steelers winning in this one.
I agree.
I think DK Metcalf is going to have a really good year. Rodgers loves throwing to his wide receiver one. Definitely going to be a different scheme in terms of the way he's played. I think more deep balls maybe for DK, just with like letting him get that speed going and maybe just some crossing routes. I'm excited to see what he does. Jalen Ramsey on that team with Joey Porter and overall good corner and just good defense from the Steelers. I think this is the year that Tomlin doesn't hit 500 though.
Yeah, I agree.
I think you brought that up when we did the predictions episode, and and then the more and more I think about it, the more and more I'm just like, I just can't see them getting 9.
9, yeah, it's a lot.
Like, okay, let's do it.
You pull me up real quick. I run through it real quick if you want.
Yeah.
At the Jets,
win.
Home against the Seahawks. At New England,
loss.
Home against Minnesota, home against Cleveland,
win.
So that's, how many is that already?
3-2.
Okay.
3-3 after the Bengals.
At Cincy, Packers L.
3-4.
Colts
4-4.
Chargers L.
4-5.
Bengals L.
I'll give them that 5-5.
I think they lose to the Bears. I think they lose to the Bills.
5-6.
I think they lose to the Ravens.
5-7, 5-8, 6-9,
Dolphins.
6-8, 6-9.
Lions lost.
Yeah, no, and then you
Browns.
no.
I could see 7 wins maybe.
Well, here's the thing: they could easily start out like 4-0 or like 3-0. I wouldn't
Yeah.
bat an eye.
Yeah, literally.
And I'd still be like, it's just the fact that you play the Ravens twice, the Bengals twice. You're going to be playing the Bills, the
Bills,
Lions.
the Lions,
You're going
the
to play the
Packers.
Bears, the Chargers, like the Vikings.
Yeah, Packers. That's a tough schedule. Oh my god.
Yeah.
They have like easy wins with the Jets, the Dolphins, and Browns, and Colts.
And then they could get manslaughtered in like half of those games.
Yeah. So. Yeah, 7 wins, if that. Yeah, okay. Well, I think they'll take at least week 1.
I do too. Yeah. Jets, anyway. Giants, Commanders?
Next game I have. Yeah, Giants, Commanders. I think Washington will win, but I think it'll be closer than the 6.5 point spread that it is.
I wouldn't be shocked if it is a touchdown still, but I think it will still be a close. I think it will be one of two things. I think regardless, the final score will it will be that close game where it's like a 3-point win.
Yeah.
Or the final score will not have as close, or the final score will not showcase correctly how close this game was. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if it's like the Commanders might win by 2 touchdowns, but it's like a situation of where one of those was a garbage time touchdown, and then the other part of it was for the first 3 quarters, this game was basically tied.
Yeah.
And then it was like late 2-minute touchdown, and then the Giants just didn't have enough time to respond, or it was just like a pick 6 or something.
For sure. I agree.
I think both of these teams improved.
Yeah, I'm not going to count out Russ. I feel like he's still a good quarterback.
Yeah, but I think
definitely the best quarterback they've had there in a while. So
I think we are approaching dart time a lot faster than
dude. I can't wait for them to start Jackson Dart.
I am excited to see that because I think he is a lot more of a guy that Dabble wants to work with than a guy that like Daniel Jones was the kind of guy to work with. You know?
Yeah.
Sorry, just checking on some
scores here. Jags, Carolina Panthers. Give me the Jags.
I like it. I also have the
still think it'll be I think this will be a back and forth game though.
Sorry,
I'm interested to see Travis Hunter, see how much receiver he plays to cornerback.
I mean, I'm just excited for the tandem of him and Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. And then Trevor, let's see if Trevor can actually,
if you can get if you get a healthy Trevor this year, might be some.
Yeah, for sure. They'll be an interesting team to watch out, especially in the division, because that division's pretty weak. Yeah. Don't count out Jacksonville. Getting to the late games, Tennessee at Denver.
Broncos.
I think the Broncos will. I know it's 8.5, which is a lot, but I still think the Broncos will run away with this. It's Cam Ward first game.
Cam Ward first game in altitude
in Denver. That stadium is
against the probably the best
one
defense
of the best
in the
defense.
NFL.
Yep. I think the Broncos will take that. I'll be interested to kind of see what they do with Bo Nix this year, and some good storylines with that game though. But I think Broncos take that.
I think so too. I think their defense is like I think the way that they do defense is, I wouldn't ever say it's similar. Like, I don't think they'll ever have like the defensive impact in terms of levels as like the Ravens or like the Steelers of old. But I think statistically they will be up there. Like, they're going to be a team where it's like just really good fundamental defensive football. Like, doesn't allow up a lot of mistakes, doesn't allow up a lot of big game plays, like everything like that. It's just the fact like they have such good speed and such good balance on every part of the level of defense that I think that's just good. Like, it's going to be like you're playing against a first line shift on every single play. It's like, so and the more I think about it, I'm like, because when we did our rank, I obviously put the Chargers above them.
Yeah,
but like I also wouldn't be shocked at all if it's like, I wouldn't be shocked if any team in the AFC West, excluding the Raiders, either wins the division or is like a top tier like wild card contending team.
Yeah.
Now, do I think all 3 of them will? Obviously not, because only one of them can win a division, and then the other one would have to do, and then one of them would just have to fall like a couple times and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, it happened last year with the NFC North. 3 to 4 teams made it.
Yeah, but like that was, but like even then it was like Vikings. It was like Vikings, Lions,
Detroit. Yeah,
and then it was like
Packers.
A couple slots down. Like even if it's like 3 win difference, like that's the thing. So
yeah, we'll see. But
Broncos pretty easily.
San Fran at Seattle. I think I'm going to take Seattle in this game. There's reports that McCaffrey is injured.
he
might not play.
Yeah.
If he doesn't play, I think Seattle takes this.
That's fair. I just feel like a lot of the issues with the Niners defense from last year was just was injuries.
Yeah.
And I get their offensive side of the ball is not great. I just I can't, for the last 5-6 years, I feel like whenever the Seahawks play the Niners, it's always the Niners.
Yeah. This is the most expensive game of the week. Aside from Chicago, Minnesota.
In terms of most bet on?
No, ticket prices.
Well, yeah, it makes sense. Why?
Second highest, 202 is the lowest ticket. Interesting.
Wait, are you talking about the Niners Seahawks or the next game?
Yes. No, Niners Seahawks is the second most expensive. $202 is the cheapest ticket.
Yeah,
the most expensive of the week is Minnesota at Chicago for $210.
Okay, I thought you. Well, I mean, I was gonna say I thought you were gonna be talking about the next game.
No, but I think this next game, hot take, will be the game of the week.
I don't think that's a hot take at all.
Well, look at the Sunday night matchup.
I'm aware, but in terms of conference matchup with the storyline of what just happened and everything
in Green Bay. I mean, this could be a great game. I know we just kind of pivoted that. I know you took San Fran and I took Seattle, but Detroit is actually an underdog. Green Bay is a 1.5 point favorite in this game. I like the Lions though,
and I'm going with the favorite. I got the Packers.
Okay, I like.
I think losing Ben Johnson is gonna be somebody put it pretty well, and it was everyone talks about the impact of a coordinator and how good they are when they're there. But then the moment they leave, you're like, oh, we can do the exact same thing without him.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, when you put it like that.
Yeah. And they did lose, I think, their defense coordinator too, and maybe some other. I think I said this a couple episodes ago.
I can't remember if it was their D. I think their D coordinator is now the D coordinator for the Patriots.
Is he? Yeah, I think.
I don't know if it's D coordinator. It was one of their guys.
I know the Lions lost their offense, defense, and some other team coordinators.
I think a D line coordinator as well.
Yeah, something. So guys. It'll be interesting. I know they still have all the pieces. So it'll be interesting. I think this will be a great game. I'm definitely probably gonna mainly tune into that game in the late slate. I'll probably flip back and forth between that one and the Denver game. But yeah, I think that's gonna be a great game. Just games at Lambeau are just they're so great. Yeah. I would love to go to a game in Green Bay. I think that'd be sweet. To go to we should plan a trip and do it.
Let's do it.
I'm in. Let's do it. All right. Put it on the books. But yeah, great game. Yeah, we'll see what the outcome is there. I mean, Jordan Love, I think he's been a little underrated this offseason. I know this doesn't really correlate to actual NFL, but I got him in the 13th round in my fantasy football draft, and I think he's a top 10 quarterback in the league.
Well, I think just
top, 12. I think he's a good quarterback.
I think the thing with NFL or with specifically fantasy quarterback rankings and how it's just there are so many guys that you can get the 15 to 20 points a game that you need from quarterback. It's just
but I feel like he's better than that.
No, for sure. I agree. And especially if you're drafting a higher level quarterback, aka any of the top four, a Mahomes.
No, I get that.
You're requesting those guys to go get you the 20 plus average. Whereas I feel like anybody that you draft in round 10 or later, you're just I have a good enough team elsewhere. I just need
it was just funny because in this draft specifically, people were starting to take two quarterbacks, maybe even a third quarterback before I even took my first quarterback, which was Jordan Love.
I think a lot of it though is just because he isn't a true rushing quarterback or doesn't use his legs a ton, and then also just Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
That's where I feel like a lot of people will skew at him in terms of the value that he brings. Yeah. Where it's obviously a lot greater than people want to give credit for.
For sure. No, I agree. But I think he's a great quarterback. I think he's going to have a great season.
By the way,
I'm really looking forward to this matchup, though.
I started, as of Thursday morning, I was in one fantasy league. By the end of the night, I was in 4. So I had 3 drafts on that same day.
I think I've had 4 drafts in the last week.
You want to hear my 8-man league team?
God, your team's probably stacked. Yeah, read me that, and then I'll read you my 12-team league that I
For reference,
drafted.
This is the team I probably care about the most just because of, there's a buy-in for it.
Yeah.
Quarterback Joe Burrow, Saquon Barkley, DeAndre Swift, T. Higgins, Puka, Trey McBride, Tyreek Hill. And then Ravens defense, Boswell, J.K. Dobbins, Judy, Aaron Jones Jr.
I'm in my family fantasy football league, 12 people, double flex league.
Okay.
My team, which I should have managed it better, but I wasn't thinking and didn't really realize I had this guy on my bench. You'll know the name once I say it. Quarterback, Joe Burrow, Jahmyr Gibbs, Bucky Irving, Romo Dunze, JSN, Travis Kelce, my tight end. He ended up getting me 12.7, which isn't bad for a tight end.
Not bad.
Flex 1 per cup. Second, I got Ramondre Stevenson. Defense, Packers. Kicker, Will Lutz. And then my bench, Hollywood Brown. Ended up with 20 points on my bench.
I was going to say 10 receptions, 99 yards.
Got Luther Burden.
Okay.
Is this Romeo Dobbs, Packers? I got Najee Harris just because I feel like later in the season he could be something. Woody Marks, the rookie out of Houston.
Okay.
With Mixon hurt and Chubb not looking great in practice, I feel like he's got some upside this season. I also took Brian Robinson Jr. just because I feel like with McCaffrey's injury history, he could be the starting back.
The Niners run enough 2-back sets. Like, they'll use them.
And then my last pick, I said Caleb Williams because I love him. So not bad, but I wish I would have started Hollywood Brown maybe instead of Rome, but we'll see how that plays out.
Hey, you never know with that point.
But yeah. All right, back to the picks.
3 games left.
Last afternoon game, we got probably a very interesting game. Houston versus the Rams.
Yep.
I know it's a little out-of-conference game, week 1. Kind of interesting, but I feel like these teams never play each other.
Yeah.
You have a great read on this. I'd probably lean the Rams. I think Devontae Adams is going to have a great year.
I'm leaning Rams as well. Puka finally gets like the true number 1 stamp. I think Devontae Adams is going to be that relief that unfortunately Kupp just hasn't been able to provide for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So I think that will definitely be a turning point in there. Kyron Williams is obviously great, and that defense I feel like is just like Jared Verse is unreal, and they're only just going to get better.
Yeah.
So I'm going Rams, but I think it will also still be. I think it's more so just like we're going to see Stroud as Stroud. Like he doesn't have like he has Nico Collins obviously, but no Tank Dell this year, or for now at least. Loses Stephon Diggs, no Joe Mixon for a little bit. You have a older and like injury prone Nick Chubb, and
so you got a lot of. It'll be an interesting team for sure.
Yeah, but I got the Rams in that one as well.
Yeah, and then Sunday Night Football, our first one of the year. I unfortunately have dinner plans for the first half of this game, which is unfortunate. But I will be catching the second half, which will be great.
Here's the one thing I will say for anybody that is listening and doesn't know. I live in Massachusetts. Jonah lives in Colorado. I would kill to have dinner plans during Sunday Night Football.
Well, I'm going to a restaurant with no TVs, dude.
No, I understand. I understand the annoying part, but I'm more so saying from the time aspect of things.
Yeah,
like I would love. Like I had to watch the Red Sox versus the Diamondbacks game last night. It started like 9:40.
Yeah, that game went till so late too.
Yeah, I passed out, and the Red Sox now did a comeback in like the 8th. They lost, but like they were down a run after going into the bottom of the 8th. So
yeah,
doesn't matter.
But this could rival game of the week with Detroit, Green Bay, and this is Baltimore at Buffalo. I hate how this is week 1 though, because teams are so sloppy at the very beginning of the season.
Game of the week though.
Yeah, see, okay, I would. Well, yeah. Aside from the games you already had, Chargers Chiefs was great, but I'm not really counting those as like game of the week. No, I think the game of the week is between Detroit, Green Bay, Baltimore, Buffalo, and then the Monday night matchup. Personally, but yeah, I feel like obviously they put this game at Sunday night because they're like this is the game of the week, which I wouldn't knock that if someone said this is the best game of the week.
Yeah,
Lamar, Josh Allen, Derrick Henry. It's going to be
James Cook.
It's going to be a great game.
Like,
this is going to be
star-studded.
Yeah, Sunday Night Football in Buffalo.
It's got Buffalo written all over it. It's got Buffalo written all over it.
Yeah, Buffalo. Well, funny enough, you say that. Baltimore is a 1.5 point favorite in this game.
Well, funny enough, I'm going with Buffalo.
I don't really have a great read on this game. I want to kind of go opposite of you. I kind of want to pick the Ravens. I might, but I wouldn't. But don't get me wrong. I don't know. I think
here's the overarching statement. Here's the overarching statement. We wouldn't be shocked if any of these teams that we are projecting to win loses. And the fact of the matter is, they are all NFL players. They are all the utmost highest respective professional athletes. Like, it's the same thing where it's like, oh, how did the Celtics lose to the Raptors? Well, first off, did you watch it? It happened. Not how. Why?
Well, that's because the Celtics that game had a lot of injuries, but
exactly.
That is neither here nor there.
But I was more so just using it as the example.
Yeah. They're all NBA players.
I don't know if you forgot about this, but they also all had to work their ass to get to the position that they're in. So it's not like that they were just like, oh, the Celtics decided to shoot 20% from 3 this game. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
How did the Giants beat the Patriots when they were 17? I don't know.
Let's not talk about that.
But they did. It's like,
I know, but we don't.
I don't know what you want me to do about that, fans. Come on now.
I'll take Baltimore.
Valid.
Just to go opposite of you. But yeah, looking forward to this game. This is gonna be a great game. The over under is the highest of the week at 50.5.
Doesn't surprise me. Those are 2 ridiculous offenses.
Yeah,
led by
I wouldn't
2
be shocked if
ridiculous
halftime
guys.
is like 21-21.
I wouldn't be shocked if it's like 21-21 or if it's like 10-7.
Yeah, either way. Yeah, this will be a fun.
But
game,
if it's
though.
like 3-0 at half, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
I'm turning off my TV. I have work tomorrow.
Yeah,
I won't turn off my TV. I'd watch it.
No, you won't.
Anyway, Monday night.
Then we get Monday Night Football in the Windy City of Chicago. We got Minnesota traveling to the Bears. J.J. McCarthy, first career NFL start. Caleb Williams, sophomore season. I'm in for this game, dude. I made no plans Monday night.
I'll be watching.
I will be tuning into this game from start to finish. I got the Bears. This game's just going to be a great game. I'm excited for this game. This is probably the game I'm most looking forward to this week. I hate that it's on Monday.
That's fair.
But they gave us such good games week 1, and I absolutely love it. What's your take on this game?
Very excited. I think it will be interesting to see with J.J. McCarthy and like.
Mm-hmm.
I am also interested to see the lack of Jordan Addison not being there and the impact that will have, especially with Jettas being opened up and everything against a guy like Jalen Johnson and that Bears defense.
Yeah.
Will Caleb Williams have what are the improvements that we're going to be seeing from last year's Caleb to this year? I don't know yet because
I think a lot of it though is going to be Ben Johnson.
And I agree. I think a lot of it is just going to be play calling. Like you would look at some of the plays last year and you're just like, what is that call?
Yeah. So,
but Jonah,
you got the Vikings. I know.
I have the Bears.
Wow. All right.
I have the Bears underlined. Just for reference.
I'll have to write down my picks. I love it.
Vikings, Bears. I underline the Bears.
Hell yeah.
I think in Chicago, Ben Johnson's first game.
See what the weather's supposed to be like.
Like I think we're issuing a new era for the Chicago Bears. I know like it's been like this for the last like 15, 20 years where it's like we finally got our guy and you don't have your guy. But I think this one's different. I think Ben Johnson has the opportunity to really bring this team to a level that it hasn't experienced before. But I think it's also going to bring them to a level that they just need to see in that city. So I got the Bears.
It's going to be like 65 degrees,
That's
no chance
Caleb
of rain.
needs.
This is going to be this is football is back. This is going to be a great game.
I agree. Before we head off.
Oh, can I say one thing real quick about the NBA?
Yes, go ahead.
Did you know, did you see the Hall of Fame?
I did.
Inductions happen. Shout out Carmelo.
Shout out Melo. Shout out
Did you know they started to induct teams into the Hall of Fame?
Yep.
I saw that.
They did that back a while ago with the 92 Dream Team, and then they're doing it again with the 2008 team.
But it's like a couple years ago, I was looking into it. They put like the 1976 women's Olympic basketball team into it. I don't know. I just thought it was weird when I saw a whole team got inducted.
I think this
I understand the reason, but I'm just like, why a team? Like, does that mean all the players on? Is it just the teams in the Hall of Fame? What are the players like?
Well, so I think
I don't get it.
I think it's just the team. I think it's like I think it's like to showcase respect for like the importance. I think it's more so the historical impact that team had more so than like the dominance. Like I think the 92 Dream Team is going to be on there forever, not only just because of how good they were, but it was like, hey, this is the first ever like men's Olympic
only
team
doing
with
teams then that are like Olympic teams, or are they going to do like actual, like, do you think that the 98 Bulls would get into the Hall of Fame?
That I don't know.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and what does that even mean for the players? Does that mean every player on the team? I don't think that doesn't mean every player on the team is a Hall of Famer.
I wouldn't be shocked if it's just international things, like a Olympic team sort of thing, because then you just get to the point where it's like, well, you inducted Jordan, you inducted Kukoc, you inducted Rodman and Pippen and Jackson, you inducted all the guys that need to be inducted from that team. No
So I
offense to
wonder
a
if
guy
it's
like
almost just
Luke.
like,
Yeah,
but I don't know if it's more of like a nod to the players that weren't necessarily Hall of Famers. Like it's not necessarily your
I think it's
in the Hall of Fame, but like
exactly
maybe
that.
they get like a ring or a different color jacket. Like, hey, you were a part of this historic team.
Well, I think on the jacket info, like it has what it's for. Like it's not just like, oh, everyone has
jacket.
this same, like it's an orange color, like leather looking jacket. Like not everybody just has that, and it just says Dwight Howard on it. Like it would say like I know Michael Redd went because he was part of the 2008 team. It was like Michael Redd probably hyphen 2008 Redeem team.
Gotcha.
Like all the guys that I saw that were taking the pictures last night weren't the guys from that team. It was like the Darren Williams of that team, Michael Redd, Carlos Boozer, and a couple of other guys.
It wasn't like LeBron, Chris Paul, Bosh. Yeah, exactly. Sure. Yeah.
So I wouldn't be shocked if it's just like, hey, this team, like, because obviously it's like with how many players there were, it's like you're not just going to be like single one guy out.
Yeah.
So it's like and I think it is like the impact that team had in terms of reinstilling the basketball culture of like, hey, the best players need to be playing during the Olympics. So like I don't know like how often that's going to be a thing. I don't want it to be a thing that's that often. I would be more than okay if it's like, hey, like 2 years down the road, like they want to do a 2012 one, but then that's it. Like 2016 definitely doesn't deserve it. 2020 doesn't. And
last year's was
maybe last year's, but like
because that was an insane run.
Yeah,
but like
but like that would be like a 20-year down the run sort of thing.
You think? Like I'm wondering how long do they?
It's been nearly 20 years since 2008.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
So.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either. Doesn't really matter.
I saw that online. I was like, that's kind of interesting.
So.
Roman Anthony, though, man.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it, John. I'm depressed.
I know.
Sox just got to make the playoffs. That's all that matters.
They need to make the play.
All right. Jonah, week 1 starts tomorrow.
I cannot wait.
Or today, depending on when you're listening to this episode or when it comes out. Sorry. Anyway.
No. I'm going to be sitting on the couch all day, red zone.
Yeah.
And then tuning into Packers lines mainly in the afternoon.
Exactly.
And just going to enjoy myself.
There you go. Go Boston College tonight against Michigan State.
Ooh, that'll be a fun one.
Screw you, Zach Archibald. I'm kidding. I love you. For reference, Jonah, Zach is like my best friend from boarding school. He's an MSU fan. So he can go kick rocks. I would say another thing, but we're a family-friendly program.
They're any good? I know we don't really talk too much about college football.
Michigan, Oklahoma is like the only notable one because it's like the 2 rank. Other than that, it's like teams are playing either an FCS team or like it's like a more deep cut non.
So what a terrible slate of football. Texas up 31-7. Does this show how good Arch is? Probably not.
No, well, Florida State's up 70-0.
70?
They're playing a bad.
What?
Doesn't matter. I was going to talk about some of the things from last week in terms of college football. Notre Dame, tough loss. CJ Carr needs to figure out a quarterback. That was the only thing I was going to say to that.
He looked better in the second half.
He did too, yeah.
Come on. I saw glimpses of Riley Leonard in him and excited for it. Like, I think they have A&M. I think that's next week.
Yeah.
Texas. They have a bye week after week 1.
Texas didn't look great. Or
Texas,
mainly
that game,
Arch
dude,
didn't look great.
Was falling asleep during that game. That was the most boring game I've ever watched in my life.
His mechanics didn't look great, but
no.
I mean, it is tough when your first road game is in one of the more difficult places.
Yeah, exactly. For sure.
So credit, like, obviously not all the way on him, but like there were some moments where it looked like the freshman side of him was showing out, but plenty of room for improvement. The one thing I will say, somebody brought up a really interesting point. The week 1 through for reference, week 1 through 4, I'd say week 1 through 3 at least are usually non-conference games most of the time. And before the college football playoff, really like before the 12 team aspect, when it was like the 4 team, if you won, like if you had like a ranked versus ranked week 1 game and you won that was like massive for you. If you lost it, you were basically out. Now it's like if you are playing a non-conference rank game, aka the situation that Texas is currently in, all they have to do is just win out against the SEC, and then they're fine.
Yeah,
and then Ohio State can lose a game, and then they're fine because they have this win against Texas. And
so, but this is where I hate how they have preseason rankings, is because you don't know how good a team is until they actually play.
No, I agree.
Texas could be one of the most like mid teams this year, but since they were ranked number 1 to go into the year, I was like, that's a great win. But what if they end up, 6-6? Does that still look like a good?
They do calculate. They do calculate it at the end of the year, where it's like based on rankings
I just think
and
it's
everything.
Dumb,
at
like
the
at the
end.
very beginning, they're like, "Oh my god, we have a 1 versus 3 matchup." These might not even be the first and the third best teams in the country. By
Agreed.
the end of the year.
Yeah, but I think
I don't think they should put out a ranking until week
like 3,
4, maybe even week 6.
That's
I
fair.
think you need some time, and then give out your college football, top 25 rankings.
Well, so they do that for the college football like selection committee. They wait until the rankings that
I know the selection, but I think that should be the only. They shouldn't even have any team ranked until those rankings.
But that's
out.
just like the media rankings.
No, I get it, but everyone talks about that like it's some big.
No,
thing,
I know.
I just think it's terrible. I'm like, Texas could be so average this year, but like,
I know,
they
but
were number 1 to start the year. Ohio State beat them. We beat the number 1 team in the country. Are they really the number 1 team in the country?
Yeah, it's just it's just how it's been done.
No, I get it. I just think it's.
No,
you got to take every one of those wins with a grain of salt, or 5.
Like like BC like last year had like beat number 10 FSU like for like on their like good wins until like 4 weeks left in the rest of the season. They were like, oh, then it's just a win.
Or like when Georgia Tech last year beat Florida State, who was ranked number 10. They're like, oh my god, it's the biggest win in program history, and then they won 2 games all year. I'm like, were they really number 10 in the country?
No, I know, yeah.
But, college football. Probably won't tune into anything today.
I don't blame you.
Sorry. I might, depending on what I'm doing, I might catch. If there's like a late game that's like, give me like UCLA versus Hawaii at 8 p.m. tonight when I get home from dinner, I'll tune into that while I'm sitting on the couch. But
Hawaii doesn't play until midnight.
So 10 o'clock my time. What's like a notable late game that's not ranked?
SDSU versus Washington State at 10:15, 8:15 your time. Arizona plays at 8 on ESPN.
I'll probably watch that.
They play against Weber State, so it's not great.
That's a matchup I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Other than that, Stanford plays BYU, and BYU's quarterback wears number 47. He's also a freshman.
Well, that's probably why he got number 47.
So, I don't know.
What is it? Oh, Alabama lost last week.
Yeah, that was the last thing. Bye-bye, Alabama dynasty. You aren't anything anymore, which is nice.
They looked awful.
Shout out Tommy Castellanos.
I know you about it.
Here. I will understand and clear up my mixed emotions on Thomas Castellanos. My issue with him was more so just how he handled the BC thing, and just how that kind of curtailed and ended. And it was just the regards of like him just quitting on the team because he lost the spot, which just, if you just say that sentence, it very much just sounds like, oh, you're just pussyfooting your way around. Long story short, very happy for him. His play style isn't BC. It isn't Bill O'Brien. It's much more, I need to just create something rather than everything is created for you.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama looked like a joke. Yeah, that quarterback looks like a joke. Tyler Simpson didn't look good. Didn't get his receivers the ball and didn't let them do really anything. Mm-hmm. Shout out Florida State and shout out the fans for good atmosphere. So,
and then the last game that I actually watched probably most of was LSU Clemson. That was a good one. That one came down to the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really have much to say about it, but I think both of these teams will still be good going forward.
I think so too.
That was a good game.
And that was a good episode right there.
Right. It's great.
I'm so excited, man. NFL's back.
For NFL. We're back. We're
so back.
Less than 24 hours till kickoff.
Exactly.
22 hours till kickoff.
Well. Yeah. 22:15 right now, or 22:14 in 10 seconds, 9 seconds, 8 seconds. Anyway, doesn't matter.
We're counting down.
I literally.
I don't like the red zone. It's now 7 hours of.
Apparently
NFL football.
Schefter did the math for it, and like how much.
I saw something. I didn't know if it was real. They said it was gonna be like a total of like 1 minute commercial.
It's like,
and it's gonna be like a split block, so it's not really.
Yeah, it's like, remember the one time they did it last year where they had. So hold on, let me pull up the Schefter tweet.
No, but I think they said they're gonna have like 4 15-second commercials, and it's just gonna be like a split screen, so we don't actually.
Yeah, it would literally the audio would just go to the ad for a little bit.
But it's going to be like a split screen. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I'm okay with. I'm okay with that.
And
I don't need a full Burger King commercial on my screen.
Yeah, that's what people are having the issue.
See, I think that's better than it being a full commercial taking up the whole screen.
Oh no, I'm not disagreeing with this on you. It's let me see. Okay,
how much money they're gonna make off of that though?
So Adam Schefter said, so some added clarity. NFL Red Zone is 7 hours long. That's 420 minutes. Over that time, viewers will be served 1 to 2 total minutes of ads in 15-second increments. This comes out to a total comes out to anywhere between 0.25% to 0.5% of the total time, considerably less than other sports programs other sports entertainment programs. I think what a lot of people were like, I think just like it's the idea of hearing 7 hours of commercial-free football
starts now.
Like that's awesome.
I get that. Yeah.
But it's also like people need to just realize this is so much better
than what it could have been. Yeah, I thought when they said commercial, like we'd get a commercial like every 15 minutes.
I knew it wasn't going to be like we're going to cut away and we'll be right back. The reason being because if you allow a whole media company get the commercial space that they want, they're going to be like, okay, you gave us an inch, we're taking the entire network.
Yeah,
and it'd be like because obviously you know how fast paced Red Zone is. If you're gone for 4 minutes,
you miss.
You could just be. Then he would just be playing catch up the entire rest of the day.
Yeah.
Until 8 teams get to halftime. So I'm excited. That's all that matters.
I can't wait.
So
I think I'm going to order some barbecue for lunch tomorrow. Got my Christian Gonzalez jersey ready, but he's not even going to play. But I'll still wear it.
Still got a rep. So
yeah, can't wait. I cannot wait.
Can't wait.
Hey, Cubs just tied at 1-1. Let's go. Go Cubs, go, baby.
And with that, we will see you.
Last thing, I went to a baseball game last weekend.
Oh, yeah? Wait, who'd you see?
Cubs Rockies.
Nice.
Of course, the Rockies went on a walk-off. A triple.
Oh, yeah.
It was the Sunday game. It was fun. It was great. Yeah. It was a great time. It was fun. But
did you go with anybody or?
Just a friend.
Fair.
So it was a good time. I wore all my Cubs stuff, but the Cubs lost.
What are you going to do?
And I was going to go to the Friday or Saturday night game, but that didn't work out. And the Cubs won both of those. And then I go to the one that they lose, but whatever. Go Cubs, go.
Go Cubs, go. My name is Connor Ryan.
Jonah Newberger, and
we will see you all midweek for another episode. If you didn't hear last week, we are doing smaller episodes that will come out on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll record it on Wednesdays. Those will probably be like 45-minute episodes, just like quick check-in before or quick recap of the weekend.
We might,
we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out as we go.
We got time.
We got 18 weeks of NFL football.
Exactly.
And we got NBA.
So. Exactly. So we'll figure it out. But until then, we will see you for another episode of Triple Threat Talk. Peace out.